Okay, so Excalibvr is delivering an order to go short right now that I didn't really feel that confident in. So I enter with, instead of 10, I enter with 3 contracts, and I set up the trade to average down twice. And this trade actually, this video ends up being a bit over an hour and 40 minutes, closer to 2 hours. So after you see the setup of the trade, I'm just going to fast forward until the next changes are made. So you can see that I've entered the market, I've set up 2 average points and closed position order. At this point I can show you why the Excalibvr order was not that impressive. Although the short-term directional analysis is full, the market has made a couple attempts to move downward and was unsuccessful. The TSR is only a 6 in its solution, and the market had previously been over its longer-term averages, as well as the average volume per minute is dropping in this case. And the market is nowhere near its area of most consistency. So this really was not the strongest indication for a trade. You can see that I have readjusted my orders because of the fact that I realized how weak the trade order actually was. I've set an average point for only 1 averaging and adjusted my closed position order. Now at that point I realized that the closed position order was within a point of the high of the day, so I wanted to make the market really work if we were going to close this position out. So I placed my closed position order at the high, and eventually I'm going to move it 1 pip up, just to make sure that the market really has to work to close this position for me. Okay, so at this point I've averaged. My new break-even price is 920.50. My stop loss is sitting at 925 even, so we have to break a new high in order for this order to end up in a losing situation. Now you can see that the Excalibvr order ended. Okay, so this was unsuccessful for Excalibvr, but my stop loss has not been hit yet, so I'm still in this trade and I'm going to begin implementing an exit strategy. So as the market really moves closer to my break-even, I'm going to end up dragging the closed position order down a bit, and I may end up bringing that back up in the future based on how the market is moving, because I really don't want to get out of this too early. If the market continues to move downward, you can see here that although the Excalibvr order was not so successful, there has not been another one generated in the other direction either. So again, my break even is 920.50. Stop loss has now been moved down to 924. Maybe willing to move it back up to 925 again to make sure that the market has to really work to close this position. But at this particular moment, the Excalibvr column is turned back into a short field, and we're going to try to capitalize on that. So you can see at that point I actually did move the close position order back to 925 to make sure that the market would have to hit a new high in order to close this position for me. Because based on dollar value, I'm really not at where the stop loss should be at. If I were trading with 10 contracts, losing $1,000 would only be 2 points. So because I have a smaller allotment, I'm able to risk more point value. So again, as the price of the market gets closer to my break even, I start inching my stop loss down to make sure that we don't lose as much as we had previously considered. And let's see how this continues working. I have now chosen to place my stop loss order much closer. to the price of the market. And at this point I chose to move back one more pip because I wanted to be protected by the largest contract allotment in the line. Which apparently was a good idea. So now we're very close to my break even. I'm going to be a little bit more conservative than I may be generally with this position because I did wait so long and go through such a drag down. Actually, it didn't breach 4 points for my break even, but even still, it's been well over an hour by this point. So you can see now that the position is becoming profitable. I'm looking to cover, and I do when we get 3 pips. And later on in the trade, Excalibvr actually generates an order before my stop loss gets taken out. And what I end up doing here actually is making a trailing order work for me so that the trailing order moves automatically with the market. And then as Excalibvr delivers its order, which is not too far in the future, which is right around here, I actually look to average up, or stack as I call it. So I give the position some breathing room, and I add a contract going short. So if we actually move down to these levels, I will add that contract to my position to try to make profit on more contracts. So you can see that I have now done this twice, and because I have a trailing order, as soon as these contracts get picked up, my stop or my close position order will adjust to the full size of my contract allotment. And you can see that happen here. I'll go back just a little bit to show you. Okay, so as this contract gets picked up, this will become a 7, as it does, and continue moving with the market. And if the next order gets picked up as well, the trailing order will become an 8 and continue moving with the market as well. You can see that Excalibvr delivered this order. It's becoming successful right now. It's actually hit its profit target, and probably will continue to move further over the course of the day. But in this case, I have a certain level of profit covered, and what will be will be. You can see that pretty quickly after that, my position ends. I take some profit from the market. So I took an unsuccessful trade, and it did not hit my stop loss, my personal stop loss. So I implemented an exit strategy that led me into the next Excalibvr trade, and I was able to profit essentially then from both orders. So to be able to better understand the Excalibvr software and its tips and tricks, please view the tips and tricks page at www.gatewayqsecurity.com/tips-and-tricks.htm. And for your 2-week trial, use promo code YouTube at www.gatewayqsecurity.com. Can't wait to see you there.